Jerry Brown here with Jerry Brown Travels.
Lori here. Alert, alert. Jalisco is closing down and Lake Chapala, Ajijic is closing down. Just let you know, this video we just update for you. Now it's closing.
Well, what's happened here in Jalisco is that the government has stepped in and he's moved it from orange to red again. And so what they're doing is they're going to restructure it and see if they can control this virus that is spreading. Some of the regulations, what they're going to be doing is on the weekend, that's where the drastic change is going to be. The restaurants are closing and they can't serve any food. Essential services like grocery stores and that, they can be open, but they're restricting their hours.
Hey Jerry, let's go to the plaza, see what is going on.
Yeah, let's check it out. It's probably, well, it's deserted. Has to be deserted because they have done closed down in all of the parks, the public access areas, the Malecon, the beaches. When I say the beach, the lake side beaches here, and parks along the lake. Everything is closed down. That's going to be over a 2-week period here. So we're going to look at the different aspects of what the changes are here and going on for this 2-week period. This is Hardine's restaurant right in the Ajijic Plaza, one of the main restaurants. Now this is what it looked like before the virus came in to the world. This would be a typical Sunday in Ajijic restaurant. Now the plaza has closed down one more time because the virus is definitely of concern here in Mexico. The benches are empty. The plaza is deserted. Nothing is open. Now let me show you what it used to look like when everything was before the coronavirus. Vibrant music, just a lot of activities, a lot of people. Look at nobody's social distancing. Of course, this was before the virus was ever in the world. Amazing, isn't it? It's like unbelievable. Could it happen? Well, it has, hasn't it? What a sad situation. So today, deserted, closed up.
Normally, Sunday, we go with the couple to have lunch or brunch together, and now it's closed, so I think we have to stay home more.
That's good. Well, we're going to give you a quick update on what's happening here. Something came up unexpectedly on one level, but the governor has been talking about it because the virus is spreading throughout Mexico and also here in Jalisco. Remember, Jalisco and Guadalajara is the second largest city in Mexico, so it has the second largest amount of coronavirus cases throughout Mexico. So we have to be very careful. So what the governor has done, he's pushed a panic button, but he says that he's not going to switch it from orange to red unless we can cooperate with the authorities by doing the proper things. We being the people here who live in Mexico, and also for the tourists that are coming here. So some of the regulations that are going to be changing is that, like the bus system, it's going to run during the day, but it's not going to run at night. And as I understand it, the bus system is going to be closed on the weekends. But yesterday, we noticed that the bus was running. That was Saturday. And we'll know today because our maid's supposed to show up and she has to take the bus. If she doesn't show up, then we know the bus system isn't working. Now, another thing that's happening is they're closing down all of the parks, huh, Lori?
Yeah, all the public park were closing. Even on the Malacon, we went by yesterday. It's all yellow tape was going around.
Yeah, we couldn't even walk to what the Malacon is the boardwalk that runs right along the shoreline of the lake, and each town has one. So they are closing them down because there's typically a park that connects to that. So those are going to be closed down. Now this shutdown, close down is happening for 2 weeks, and it started actually
last week Friday.
Yeah, Friday. Plaza here in Mexico or in Ajijic has closed down. So the restaurants are being closed down. The restaurants, the bars, the malls, the grocery stores, and anything where there can be a lot of people gathering are closed on Saturday and Sunday for 24 hours. And the reason the governor has chosen to do that, he's saying we want to look at areas where people are congregating and getting too close together, and they're not wearing their masks. They're not social distancing. Some of the restaurants aren't moving their tables far enough away from each other. So the governor is going to say, okay, if you're not going to follow, the directions on your own, he's going to implement then a shutdown. And that's what he has done. So the majority of the problems that we're going to be facing will be on the weekend. That's what we're going to really experience, the shutdown here. There's going to be some major changes here. And the thing is that the virus, is spreading, and a lot of people don't, think that way. As an example, a lot of people, they don't want to use hand sanitizers. They don't want to wear the mask. They don't want to social distance. They don't want to do anything like that. Well, it's spreading. And so you may believe that you don't need to, wear the protection and do all the things. But for some reason, it's spreading. And so we're going under the thing that we're going to follow protocol. We're going to social distance. We're going to wear a mask. We're going to use hand sanitizers for our health and for the people that we come in contact for their health. Now, one of the things that you may really want to look at, Mexico is interesting. There is no quarantine period. If you come in Mexico by flying in, you can fly in. There's no visa, special visa requirement. You can get your visa on the plane and come right in. No quarantine. Some countries are making people have a mandatory 2-week quarantine, but Mexico somehow has lifted that. But it doesn't mean that we don't have the virus here in Mexico. I think what's happening is that we're so fed up with, just being restricted and having to wear all this, mask and hand sanitizer and social distancing and everything. It's really inconvenient. Yes, definitely is. But my analogy, and this may be a bad analogy, if you know a restaurant and 100 people go in there over the weekend, and 1/4 of them, 25 people come out on Monday and they're throwing up and they're sick and everything else, you could probably think that that restaurant has a problem. Maybe it's food poisoning, stuff like that. So another person say, I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to go in that restaurant. I can eat anything I want in there. I'm immune to that. We're all fed up with the virus. We want to think that it's over. So when Mexico opens it up, we think, great, let's go in there and let's, we don't have to social distance. We can just party like we used to. Well, that has changed. As an example, in the beaches here in Jalisco, they are closing the beaches down at 3 p.m. They're leaving them open, social distancing, but they're closing it down. The restaurants and stuff, they are making some concessions there with some of the restaurants, allowing them to be open on the weekend and to help promote the tourism here. So that's some of the things. Okay, now what we would recommend is look at travel insurance for yourself, because you can get travel insurance that will cover the coronavirus. Make sure that you do check that out. But if you come down here, and let's say you do get infected. Well, I talked to 3 doctors here, and they said they don't recommend even traveling anywhere in the world. And one of them, like he says, well, what if you come down with it? You're going to need to quarantine in your room, because the hospitals right now are about 75 to 80% full. They don't have the capacity to take new people in here. And so you're going to have to quarantine in your room. You're going to need to find a doctor, and the hotel probably will help you with that. But you're going to have to pay for that other expense. Now, let's say you decide, well, I want to fly out. Well, that could be another problem. So what we recommend is check with your hotels, with your airlines, and see what their cancellation policy is, because that'll be very important if you need to cancel. The other thing with travel insurance is that they will not give you back your money if you decide, maybe you make the reservation, 6 months ago, and now you think, oh no, I don't want to go there now. They're not going to, you're going to still have to pay for that. They're not going to reimburse you because you panicked. It's nothing that they did wrong. So make sure that your policy will cover, the full policy, maybe your airfare reimbursement, your luggage reimbursement, rescheduling reimbursement, and just verify everything with that. We always, when we're traveling internationally, we do get traveler's insurance, and we find it a value, and it is a peace of mind, huh, Lori?
Yeah, it's a peace of mind. But what is the governor do? It close down like this. One way it'll make me happy too, because not the virus is not to spread more than that. So it's safe for yourself. It's safe for us if you don't, if you do everything like they say.
Yeah. So, well, this is our little update on what's happening here. We just make this little video, shoot it out to you right away. So,
yeah.
Okay. We want you to be safe, Well, this has been Jerry Brown.
With Lori here.
With Jerry Brown Travels. Thanks.
Thank you. This video is help you. Please thumb up or make a comment. And if you didn't subscribe yet, please subscribe. That's the way to help us to make the video more video for you.
Yeah, we get encouraged by seeing people who have subscribed and making comments. So give us what your ideas, what your thoughts are on the coronavirus, and anything that I said, give me a comment on that. Okay, adios.
Adios.
Bye. Jerry Brown here with Jerry Brown Travels.
And Lori here.
We have a great video we want to show you here, so stay tuned.